Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to tonight's call. It's good to have you guys. Good to see you. And it's just awesome. So many things are developing. Um, and you know what? Maybe this is what I'll do before we get everything going. I'm gonna play this video that way. Anyone that hasn't seen this can. One moment. Okay, perfecto.
Do you ever feel like you're
Open Sesame. Okay, so if you've never seen what we're working on here, and we're streaming live right now. So we got LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and a few other platforms going. So for those of you that have not seen what we're working on, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek, and it'll give you just enough information. And then if you want to know more, stay for the rest of the presentation. So with that being said, I'm going to share my screen real quick, and then we'll get it rocking and rolling. And so also for those people that have never seen this, you're in for a treat. This is our brand new teaser video.
Do you ever feel like you're not reaching your full
Oh,
potential?
wait,
Like you're stuck in a
wait,
rut?
hold on. That sounds kind of weird. 1 second. One second. QuickTime player. Let's do 1 second. There you go.
Do you ever feel like you're not reaching your full potential? Like you're stuck in a rut, both personally and professionally? Imagine a life where you wake up every day excited with true freedom. You're living in abundance and experiencing the power of AI technology for financial freedom. Welcome to Divinfi. We're here to guide you on a journey of instant transformation to the highest state of consciousness while using AI to eliminate financial stress. You've heard of self-driving cars, but have you heard of self-growing bank accounts? At Divinfi, it's not just about working hard. It's about transforming your entire life and accessing your infinite potential. Join a community of true freedom and fulfillment. Get back to the person who shared this video with you for more information. Welcome to Divinfi, consciousness and currency.
Let's go. Awesome. So that's our new teaser video. And so I'm really excited. Things are starting to really come together. If you're excited about that video, give me a 111. Give me some fire emojis. So if you've never seen what we're working on, I'm going to give you a little bit more insight because you heard some different things. Instant transformation and AI, and what the heck is all this about? Okay, so I'm going to give you some more info, give you the full picture on what we're creating here at Divinfi. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Sam Hidja. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer here at Divinfi, and I got connected to Jamie and Don back in I'd say it's been over almost close to 2 years now, but I actually linked up with them back in January 2024, literally January 1st. I landed in the Philippines. And so it's been really an awesome journey of piecing this all together and creating something that we always wanted, that was going to really help change not only our own lives, but not only our families' lives, but our communities, states, countries, and the world eventually. So I'm really excited. I'm super honored to be a part of this, and just to be able to share this with you guys as well. So um, let's get into the info. Let's get into tonight's call. We got Chris in the building. Welcome, Chris. And I want to welcome you all to the biggest launch in history, Divinfi, your freedom ecosystem. So, you know, what we're really trying to create, or not what we're trying, but what we are creating is is freedom, freedom for the entire world, all 8 billion people. So we want to help people with the financial, location, time, and the emotional freedom. And I know this very well because, when I was younger in class, I never really thought about, oh, I want to be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever. I just wanted to be free. That was what I always like. I mean, I couldn't put words to it, but that's the feeling I got. I wanted to be free to do what I wished and what I wanted to do. And I didn't realize what that truly meant till recently. And at 18, I actually ended up going into the car business, got introduced to some people, and then I earned my first six-figure income in the car exporting business. So I had the financial freedom pretty early on, especially back in what was it, 2011. Um, Earning six figures a year as an 18-year-old, you basically could do whatever you wanted. You're not like, wealthy or whatever, but I was free, and so I thought that was what I needed. But then I realized that that wasn't the only thing because I might have been making pretty good money, but I was stuck. I was stuck. I didn't have location freedom. I didn't have time freedom. I had to be in a certain place. I worked 80 hours a week. And I had to drive all over the US to buy these cars and ship them out to places like Dubai and Saudi Arabia and different countries in Africa. And so I was like, this can't be it. There has to be more. And then I got introduced to somebody else, and this guy was only a couple years older than me. I think I was maybe I think he was 2021 or something like that. And he was literally living a completely different lifestyle than anybody I knew. He was flying on private jets, he had 3 supercars, da 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 da, whatever. And he introduced me to the industry of network marketing, where he earned a lot of his income. And so the cool thing was is that he was getting paid no matter where he was. Like he didn't have to work. He kept getting paid no matter what he was doing. I was like, dude, that's awesome. And so over the last 12 years, I got introduced into this space, and I did network marketing, affiliate marketing, direct sales. I did e-commerce, trading, coaching, rental arbitrage, all of these different things. And I earned millions of dollars, and I was able to really buy back my freedom as far as the location. I was, traveling all over. I had time freedom. I didn't really need to clock in or even sell a product or whatever. I mean, I did, but it got to a point where I was earning money no matter what I was doing. So just imagine going traveling, being at the gym, being with your family, and still earning income. And so that's where I was at for the last like 12 years, basically, and then I realized that that still wasn't it. There was something that was still missing. And it didn't really become apparent to me until the second half of 2023. And the way that I actually started to realize that there was something missing was in June 2023. My wife at the time and I, we ended up flying out to Southeast Asia. Well, first we went to East Asia, Japan, and so on and so forth, and then we went all over Southeast Asia, like Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, like like all over, right? We went all over uh, Southeast Asia, and I started to really experience some things that were interesting, right? Because I thought like, okay, once I have this, time freedom, financial freedom, location freedom, then I'll be happy. But then I realized that I was actually more unhappy than I had ever been. Like, it's like, what the heck is going on? Started to experience a lot of anxiety, depression, panic attacks, and even suicidal thoughts. And I never really understood why people would even think of suicide, but then you know, it got to that point, right? And I share this with you not for pity. I share this just to share with you like how important it is to have all four of these different kinds of freedom. And so, yeah, I got to the point where I'm literally thinking about offing myself, like jumping off the 48th floor of my penthouse in Malaysia. And as humans, we're motivated by two different things, either inspiration or motivated by desperation. And so for me, I was super desperate for change in my life. Something had to change. I didn't know what exactly, because it's like, okay, I've already done all the things I wanted to do. I've traveled to 25 different countries by the age of 30. I made millions of dollars. I've basically driven the cars I wanted to drive, do the things I wanted to do. And I'm like, okay, what is missing? And I still didn't have a clear answer. And I had to go through a couple more things to start to get clarity on what it was. I ended up going through a divorce to a woman that I absolutely loved. We were married for 4 years. There was also an incident where I got myself in jail in Bali, Indonesia, for just being an idiot. Just being an idiot. It's just like I really have nothing else to say. It's like, and I'll talk about that later. But basically, after that jail experience in Bali, they actually ended up asking me to pay them $50,000 US to get out. So I got extorted. It's very interesting to say the least. And then I got a call from Jamie, the CEO of Divinfi, and he's like, "Hey, you need to come to the Philippines." And I knew Jamie like online, but I never met him in person. And he introduced me to his mentor, Don, like about a year before that. And then I ended up, he's like, you need to come meet Don in person in the Philippines. And so I was thinking about going back to Thailand, degenerate land. Uh, just kidding, but not really. It's kind of for degenerates. Uh, and so um, he's like, come to the Philippines. So I end up going to the Philippines and I meet this guy right here, Don. So Don is an enigma. He's like unlike anything or anyone I've ever met. And so he has this process that he created over the last 44 years that is just beyond words. It's so powerful. He has actually used this process to work with, for example, the guys that created the BlackBerry. He helped them go from $6 billion a year to 68 billion. He's worked with billionaires and athletes and basically the elite of the elite. He's just worked with these high level people. And then him and Jamie actually, after Don lost his wife and he lost his daughter, because they actually were unwilling to actually go through this program themselves, which is funny because it's usually our friends and family closest to us that are really the most resistant to change, especially when it's coming from us. But Dawn and Jamie end up flying all over the world, giving this process away. They went to like 180 cities, and so this process is next level. And I'll tell you what it does here in just a moment. But you know, at the time, like I said, I was going through a lot of stuff: anxiety, depression, panic attacks, suicidal thoughts. I had a lot of addictions. The reason why I went to the Bali jail is because I was addicted to marijuana, and I literally smuggled marijuana with me from Thailand to Bali, and I got in trouble. I had been smoking it for 12 years, and it landed me in jail. I was also addicted to sex, addicted to people pleasing and validation and money and travel, all of these things. And I'm not scared to say that. I'm not proud of it, but it's just where I was. And I ended up doing this process with Dawn. And within this 2 hour process, all of my addictions, all of the things I was dealing with, completely gone. And it's not like I didn't try to stop. It's not like I didn't do personal development. I read thousands of books. I did plenty of workshops and seminars and transformational workshops, energy work, plant medicine, right? Like Don likes to call plant medicine plants that have drugs inside of them, right? And it's so true. It is what it is. And then I did breath work and I did all of the things that you can think of. I literally did it and even taught it. And I still was dealing with all of my BS. So, like I said, within this 2 hour session, all of that completely gone. And then, I'm not the only one. There's so many people, whether on this call or other people that Don's worked with, that have done this process and have experienced like something beyond words. So this is what happens. Okay, there's this chart. It's called the consciousness chart that was created by a guy named Dr. David Robert Hawkins. He wrote a book called Power versus Force. And it talks about this in here, where every single emotion is actually on a level of consciousness or vibration or frequency or whatever. So, for reference, right, the chart goes from 0 to 1,000 with shame at 20, fear at 100, courage is at 200, and enlightenment is at a 700 to 1,000. And so, a guy named Hitler, which we all know what he did, he was actually at a level 50. All of the enlightened masters and the teachers and prophets, whatever you want to call them, they were at 1,000. Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Zoroaster, Moses, all of them, they were all at 1,000 consciousness. And so what they were preaching is that we, all of us on earth, our natural state is actually one of enlightenment, which is interesting to say the least, because we've always been told that is always outside of us, right? Like it's way beyond us, but it's actually our natural state. And so where humanity is right now as a whole on planet Earth is at a 210 and below. Over 80% of the world is actually under a 210. Most are actually operating at a level of fear, right? Which fear isn't even real. Fear just stands for false evidence appearing real. And so once you experience what you experience here, Divinfi with Dawn's transformation, you start to realize like it's just an illusion. And so what happens in this process is that Dawn helps you get back to the very first moment, the very first trauma that you've ever had, and helps you release it. So imagine being at the very bottom of the ocean and you're trying to swim to the top, but you can't because you have an anchor holding you back. So you swim all the way up. Say you go up 30% to willingness, and then you get dropped back down. You swim back up, you get dropped back down because there's an anchor. So what Don does is he helps you release that anchor so you can naturally start to float to the top, which is enlightenment, which is your natural state. You stop playing small, right? You start to step into your infinite power and things just become, they just flow, right? There's no level of force here. It's just things, you're at the right place at the right time with the right people. Things happen in a way that's just magical and miraculous, right? That's all miracles are. It's just operating from these higher levels of consciousness where now divine synchronicities are available to you. Things are just working perfectly in every single moment. So the power of this process is just unfathomable. You cannot even use the human reasoning. And it's actually above reasoning because reasoning starts at a 400, it stops at 500. These higher levels of consciousness cannot be accessed by the human rationale. It really takes bypassing the logical mind. And so Don's process, he does it twice a week. So once is on Tuesday for new clients, and then the other time is on Thursday for existing clients. So if you've already done the process, you want to continue to do it because however long you've been operating out of this toxic pattern, the self-sabotaging program, let's say it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, doesn't matter. Like for me, my first trauma was in the womb of my mother, right? So I've been operating this way for 30 years. So I had to do the process a couple of times to really solidify and to get the neurocellular muscle strong so I could actually hold this high level of consciousness. So I suggest continuing to do it The next time will be on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Pacific or Eastern, I'm sorry. And so is it Eastern or is it 10? I think it might be. I'll solidify and get, I don't remember the dates. Dates are not really my thing. So we'll figure it out. But it's Tuesday, sometime for the US people. Wednesday for us in Dubai, Wednesday morning. And so you want to make sure that you scan this QR code to answer the questionnaire because it's really, really important that you do that before you do the process. So it will bring up all of these subconscious programs, and that way you're able to have that big breakthrough. So this is the first part, right? This is the consciousness side of things. And then we're going to talk about the currency side of things. So, in that video, I talked about how, nowadays we trust AI so much that we're willing to take our hands off of the steering wheel and let the car drive on its own. So I want to introduce you guys to Apollo. It's our AI that's actually growing your bank account completely hands-free. This AI has been developed since 2017. And so it's been doing pretty amazing the last few years. The average it's been doing since, like I said, the last couple of years, it has been doing about 28%. But the range that we've seen has been 20 to 50% returns every single month. The minimum is $1,000 minimum deposit to use this AI. It used to be 100,000, but we actually got the developer down. He said 10,000 at first, and we're like, dude, that's not going to work. And now it's $1,000 for everybody that's in our community. So you can take advantage of Apollo with a minimum of $1,000 in your own crypto account, meaning no one has access to your account. You have complete control. You just connect it. There's an API connection. If you haven't gone onboarded, I can actually drop the scheduling here at the very end of the presentation. That way you can make sure that you get onboarded and you just watch the profits roll in. So let's say you have $1,000 in your crypto account and Apollo does 20% in the month. That's $200 profit. Now the caveat is you're doing a profit split with the developer. So it's 50-50. So $100 would go to you, $100 goes to the developer, and you're the one that's responsible to pay him between the 20th and the 25th of every single month. And so it's pretty awesome. Just a little disclaimer, past performance is not indicative of future results. Whenever you become an investor, and we'll talk about the investor quadrant, you want to understand that there's no such thing as guaranteed income because you just never know. But this is definitely the very best AI that we've seen to date. We are going to start developing our own, but until we have the very best one, this is the one that we're going to use. Or if we stumble across another one, we'll use that one. But this is the best one that we've tested and tried over the last couple of years. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the compounding effect. So Albert Einstein, we all know this guy, right? Pretty smart guy. Definitely one of the greatest minds to ever have lived. And so he said that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it. So there is a power to compounding, and I'm going to talk to you guys here about that in just a moment. I'm going to show you some visuals. And so as far as compounding, something you have to realize is nowadays, for example, the US dollar, right? This is the currency that's pegged to every other currency in the world. It is losing value day by day. Okay, it's literally losing value every single day. It's doing about 1%. It's losing about 1% a month. Okay, it's losing 1% in purchasing power every single month. And so having your money in a savings account is the worst possible thing that you could do today because it's literally just losing value just sitting there. So and you don't have to necessarily use what I'm telling you. You could just find something on your own. But in a year, if you just let your money sit in your account, you're losing about 12% in purchasing power. And I'm sure you guys have noticed it as you go to the grocery stores. you spending money and it's not able to buy as many groceries as it once was? Well, it's because the money is becoming worth less, so the purchasing power of it goes down. So I'm going to show you a way that you can actually compound your money and you can start to have your money work for you rather than it just sitting and losing value every single month. So let's say you had $1,000 in your account just to test, and you're doing 10% a month. 10% a month because I told you 20, let's say it's 20% and you're splitting it in half. That's 10% compounded every single month. And let's say you compounded that for 5 years. Okay? Everyone following? If you have
Mm.
any questions, just feel free to drop it in the chat. I want to make sure that you get the full picture. But so $1,000 at 10% a month for 5 years is, let's calculate. I'm gonna show you something cool. So at $1,000 initial balance, it would take you 8 months to 2x your investment, meaning it would go from $1,000 to $2,000 in 8 months. Okay, pretty awesome. Now, if you let it compound for 5 years, you would do 300 or 30,348% in 5 years, and your future investment, how much you would have in your account after 5 years of just letting it compound is $304,481.64. And this is only at 10%, right? In the last like 3, 4 weeks, it's a little bit under 4 weeks. Apollo has done 51% returns, which is absolutely crazy. 51% in the last 4 weeks, under 4 weeks, right? So imagine doing 50. Let's say we half that by half 50 by 50, right? That's 25% a month for 5 years. Just for shits and giggles, let's see how much that's going to be. So that's just crazy. Wow. I can't even read this number, but if you're doing 25% monthly, it would take you 4 months to double your investment, and you'd have $652 million, which, obviously that's not, we're not guaranteeing anything, but that's the power of compounding, right? This is the power of compounding. And so you want to treat this as like your savings account where you're having your money work for you. And you can always pull out the money whenever you want. There's no time limit. You don't have to keep it for any duration of time or whatever. So just think about it that way. So let's talk about being an entrepreneur or an investor. So there are 4 quadrants, and it's actually talked about in this book called The Cash Flow Quadrant by a guy named Robert Kiyosaki. I'm sure a lot of you guys know him. So he wrote a couple of books. The first one was Rich Dad Poor Dad. The second one was Cash Flow Quadrant. And the third one was The Business of the 21st Century. And so we'll talk about that because the business of the 21st century that he talks about is network marketing. And we'll talk about that here in just a couple of minutes and how we're changing the game with this model. So as far as the quadrants are concerned, we have 4 quadrants. So the first one is the employee quadrant. This is how you earn income, right? Like the cash flow quadrants. So you're an employee. Let's say you work at a smoothie shop. You work 8 hours, you get paid for 8 hours. You trade your time for money, right? You have a job. And a job, I'm not shitting on jobs, but in my experience, when I worked my last job at 17 years of age, I was always living paycheck to paycheck. I never had enough money at the end of the month. In fact, I always had a lot more month at the end of the money, right? And they say like a job just stands for a job, which is just over broke. And I was just over broke. I had to always borrow money from people and all this stuff if I ever wanted to do something extra. And so the goal is to shift from the left side to the right side. But let's say you're working at the smoothie store, and then you get the bright idea one day, oh, I should open up a smoothie store. It seems awesome. So you shift from the employee quadrant to the self-employed quadrant. Okay, so you open up a smoothie shop, you're now self-employed. Maybe you have two, three employees, so on and so forth. The thing is you might not have a job anymore, but you actually own a job. So the reason why is because you are the lifeblood of the business. You're the lifeblood of the business. If you're not working, you don't get paid. Your business does not grow. You can't just take 5 months off, right? So the goal is to shift from here to here. This side is all based off of your time and your efforts. This right here is based off of your leverage, the leverage that you have in your business. So as a business owner, you could think about it as a big business, right? Like for example, McDonald's. McDonald's is a huge franchise. They actually get paid more off of real estate than they do burgers and fries. Because McDonald's, what they do is they have a system, and a system is an acronym for saving you some time, energy, and money. That's what a system stands for. And so they actually do the franchise model where they sell their big McDonald's franchise for $1.2 million. So if you wanted to open a McDonald's, you pay them $1.2 million. They're going to give you their system, which allows a 16-year-old to run the whole place. I mean, I've had friends, I remember they were working at McDonald's, or 16 years old, they were the manager. Like, how is it possible that a 16-year-old can manage a McDonald's? It's because they have a system. They train their employees in a certain way, right? You flip the burgers this way, you put the fries that way, you mop the floors this way. So it's a whole plan that allows you to save yourself some time, energy, and money. There's no guesswork. Do it this way, and it will basically bring you a return. Okay, simple. So you can think about a big business owner as someone like Elon Musk, right? Let's just say he has 10,000 employees. All of those employees work for him 8 hours a day. This is just hypothetical. He probably has more, but 10,000 employees at 8 hours a day. Elon Musk is leveraging 80,000 man hours every single day. So once again, the key here is leverage. Leverage, leverage, leverage. As a business owner, you're leveraging other people's time and efforts. And as an investor, you're leveraging your money. You're leveraging your money to work for you. So the whole goal is to shift from the left to the right. Okay. And so we have a model that allows you to have leverage by leveraging other people's time and efforts. And then we have a model using AI, using Apollo, where it allows you to leverage your money, which, I mean, nowadays, is the best time to be an investor. Back in the day, I mean, it was like $1 million just to invest in the stock market. And I remember like maybe like 7, 8 years ago, I had a mentor. He was in Singapore. He ran a hedge fund that had billions and billions of dollars. I'm like, hey, can you teach me? And he's like, well, you need at least $100,000 that you're willing to lose for me to help you how to be an investor. And I'm like, all right, well, better get to work. Nowadays, you can invest $1,000, right? With crypto on the rise and all the AI and all these different things, you can become an investor with literally $1,000. So if you want to be a part of our membership, we have one package. It's called the Freedom Pack. And so you get access to Don's process twice a week, and then you get the Apollo AI. So it's a one-time fee of $149 for the first month, and then it's $99 per month, which is absolutely so affordable. I mean, come on, guys. Like, I'm sure you probably spend more money on dinner, buying a pair of shoes, or whatever, right? So $149 startup and then $99 per month for your freedom. Okay, we're not talking tens of thousands. Like I have a traditional company, and the minimum investment that I have for someone is $10,000. It goes all the way up to $50,000 for some of my other clients, right? So we're talking $149 startup, $99 per month. You use Don's process, you use Apollo to grow your money hands-free, and you get excited, you share it with 3 people. Guess what? Your membership is completely free. Refer three, you get yours for free. Absolutely awesome. And one thing to note, Don's process, you guys are lucky, okay? I know I don't know if Janet's on the call, but her and I both paid 15,000 for Don's process for a 2-hour session. You guys get access to it for $149 one time, then $99 per month. So you're very lucky. Some people pay Don $1 million. Some people paid him $1 million for this process. So it's really awesome that we're able to get this to everybody. It's become affordable. So let's talk about the partnership program, how you can actually turn this, because once you become passionate about this, you can actually turn this into an income, right? And there's an infinite income potential. You can earn anywhere from $100 a month all the way up to $4 million every single month. $4 million every single month. I'm talking the highest level executives, the highest level CEOs cannot earn this income. And so we have a plan and a system where you can earn this if you choose to. So the second thing is that there is weekly residual income, meaning you can build this thing out one time and you can get paid over and over and over and over again, if not forever, which is it's interesting because people are like, how do I build it one time and get paid forever? I'll give you an example so you can wrap your mind around it. Let's say you get into traditional real estate, right? So I do a form of real estate. It's not the traditional model, but let's say you wanted to purchase a home in the US. And so you would leverage $250,000, $250,000 to get a home, right? And the mortgage would be 1,500 a month. Okay, so you're paying 1,500 a month to pay down that loan that you got of $250,000 for your home. What you would do is you would find somebody to rent that home out from you. Let's say it's $2,000 a month that they're paying in rent.
Mm.
Well, you're earning $500 every single month every time they make that payment, right? Because 2,000 minus your 1,500 on your mortgage, you're pocketing $500 whether you work or not. Okay? Very simple. So that would be the traditional model of creating residual income. But it would take you $250,000. And I'll show you a way where it's way easier, way simpler, and you just do something that you're already doing anyway. So the third way, or the third point here is that there are no qualifications or experience needed. This is important because a lot of people think that, oh, I need to have gone to the best college. I need an amazing resume. I need all of this experiences and everything like that to earn a really good income. But here, it does not matter where you live. You could be in Africa, um, in South America, in Europe, in Asia, in Australia. It does not matter. You didn't have to go to the best college. You didn't have to go to a Yale. You could have went to jail, right? And I've been to jail, and I'm not saying this to brag or to that I'm proud, but it's just the matter of fact is that I didn't have the best tools. I didn't have the best past. I mean, I was that kid that was literally sleeping 7 out of 8 periods every single class since I don't know, like second grade. Literally had such a bad hard time sleeping at night. I remember going to bed at maybe 6 in the morning, like or 5 in the morning. I like barely shut my eyes and my mom's waking me up to go to school and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I go to school and I'm like sleeping. I was either sleeping all day or I was talking, right? They said I had ADHD. They tried to get me on some pills when I was younger. I was like, nah. And I have to agree. I probably did have ADHD, but my acronym is a little different. It's I just a dude had dreams. A dude had dreams. That's what ADHD stands for. And I have, like I probably was dreaming when I was sleeping and daydreaming when I was awake. So it doesn't matter, right? It does not matter what they told you. You had ADHD, ADD, whatever. You can get passionate about this, see the results of the system, and share with other people, and you can do whatever you want to do. And the last thing is that there are team building incentives. So you're not by yourself. Like you're in business for yourself here. but you're not in business by yourself. You have a whole team. You have a whole team that's supporting you, making sure that you get to where you need to go. And this model is one of the best out there because we are all in it together. And you'll understand it here in just a moment. But, Zig Ziglar said it best. He says, if you can help enough people get what they want, you can get everything that you want. And we have the perfect system where it's a win-win-win system. So that way everyone is helping one another and it's helping them really get to the next level. So I'll get into it now. We have our rank reward bonus. So there's a couple of qualifications here in the compensation plan. So there's the rank name. So this would be like your corporate role or whatever. There's the network size, which is the number of clients in your network total. And if you ask any business owner, whether they're a doctor, whether they're a coach, you only get paid based off of your clients, like your network of clients, right? Like think about even a doctor. A doctor, let's say they have 100 patients that see them every 3 months for a checkup. How do they get paid? They get paid by that person coming in like every 3 months or whatever, getting their weekly checkup, plus the examinations, all this stuff, right? They get paid off of the network of clients. Same thing for a coach, right? So every single business on earth is creating a network of clients. Now, the third qualification is the personal referrals, meaning the number of people that you personally refer. There's certain qualifications that you need to achieve so that way you can get paid. And there's 3 ways to get paid. This should be weekly. Still waiting on our graphic designer to finish the edits. Weekly pay. This is where it would say weekly, like you see right here, weekly payout. So this would be how much you get paid every single Friday. There's a one-time rank bonus. It's a one-time bonus that you get paid at the end of the month. And then there's a direct bonus, which gets paid out at the end of the month as well. Normally it's $50 per membership, but until we're done with pre-launch, it could be the next 4 to 6 weeks. It will be doubled up. So instead of getting 50, you're getting $100 per membership, which is awesome. So if you want to hit the first rank of inviter, you need a network size of 2 on your left team, 1 on your right team. So you only have 2 teams, left team, right team. And the goal is to go deep, create depth. So out of those 3 total, you need 1 on your left team, 1 on your right team that you personally refer. Okay, so let's say it's your mom and then your dad. Your mom and your dad. Your dad refers 1 person. Now you have hit the qualifications. You have 2 on your left, 1 on your right, or it could be 2 on your right, 1 on your left, doesn't matter. You're getting paid $25 a week, which is $100 a month. Let's say by the end of the month, that's where you're at. So you would earn $100 for your mom, $100 for your dad, plus 25 times 4, because this is weekly, right? That's $300 that you earn in your first month. Okay, absolutely awesome. And if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat below. By the end of this presentation, I'll be able to just get back to you guys and just make sure that you have a full picture. But let me get through this first. And then let's say you want to hit connector 200. How do you hit connector 200 and beyond? It's really just by focusing on this very first rank, right? Because Rome was built 1 brick at a time. So you want to focus on this and help every single person hit this rank of inviter. So to hit connector 200, you're going to help your mom and your dad hit inviter. You're going to teach them how you got your 2. And then when they get 2 each, now you have 4 on your left, 4 on your right. That's 8 total. Out of the 8 total, you only brought 2. You're earning $50 a week, which is $200 a month. And then at the end of this month, you get a one-time bonus of $200 one time. Okay, absolutely awesome. Now, connector 500, you're going to have 2 still that you personally refer. Out of those 2, you're going to need 10 on your left, 10 on your right. That's $125 a week, which is $500 a month. And then you get a one-time bonus of $500 one time. Okay, awesome. Now,
Mom and
next
dad.
rank is connector 900. Still, you only need those two, your mom and your dad. You need 20 on your left, 20 on your right. So you're just teaching your two how to get two, and they teach their two how to get two, and then so on and so forth. Now you have 20 on your left, 20 on your right. You're earning $225 a week, which is $900 a month, and then you get a one-time bonus of 900 bucks. Awesome. So I'm not going to get into it too deep, but you can see it starts to compound. It goes from 20 to 40, so it just doubles, 20 to 40. And then the only difference here is that now you need two on your left, two on your right that you personally bring in. So let's say it was your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister. Now you're earning $375 a week, which is $1,500 a month, and then you get a one-time bonus of 1,500 bucks. Okay, awesome. Networker 3K, $3,000 a month. Networker 5K, $5,000 a month. So on and so forth. So you can actually go and play part-time where you're earning an extra 500 bucks a month, which by the way is pretty awesome because you would have had to leverage $250,000 just to earn $500 in passive income through your rental property. But all you did here was invite two, they invited two, so on and so forth, and you're at $500 a month. So we have some people that are on the way to hitting connector 500. Tui just hit 500. Chris is right around the corner. Max is around the corner as well. So we have some people that are, about to hit connector 500. It's not even been a month for them. So it's pretty awesome. And then obviously they're gonna smash through these other ranks the way that they're building. So look forward to help more of you hit some of these ranks. But
Mm.
yeah, you can also go full time, speaker 9K, right? $9,000 a month. Or you can go big time where you're earning 25, 50, 75, $100,000 every single month. And that's really, I would say, the very like it's not impossible, right? One of my mentors, she was Filipino. She barely could speak English. She was an older woman, maybe 60 something years of age, and she was earning $2 to $3 million every single month. So what's possible here is really up to you. What do you want to create in your life? And so we have a fourth way we pay you out. Actually, it is for the people that want to go big time. And so at speaker 25K and beyond, you get one share of our global pool bonus. So what the global pool is, we take 1% of all the global sales. So let's say that totals out to be $1 million. We take $1 million, we put into the global pool, and then you get one share. And let's say there's 10 shares total. So 10 divided by a million is 100,000 per share. So if you have one share, you get an extra 100 grand every single month at speaker 25K, which you're already earning 25 grand per month. So just add that on top. And then you actually get a second share at master 750K and beyond. So you're earning 750,000. And then you get two shares. So you get an extra 200,000 every month on top of whatever else you're earning. So like I said, there's an infinite income potential here. It's really up to you where you want to be. And so we are in pre-launch right now, and it's awesome because when it comes to business, even though this is an ecosystem, I don't really treat it as a business because it's such a deep mission. We are in pre-launch, and as a business in general, it's always about timing, 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 timing. And so, I heard Tony Robbins talk about this yesterday. I was watching a video, and he was talking about if you took the same money, if you, for example, let's say you bought every single iPhone that ever was created from the beginning of its conception, that would be about $20,000. And so if you took that 20 grand and you invested it at the very beginning of Apple, you'd have over $200 million in today's market. So imagine investing at the very beginning of Apple, right? That's the same opportunity you have right here with Divinfi. You're at the very beginning of something that's going to be, I know, a multi-trillion-dollar company. So you get that same level of really being at the right time, at the right place with the right people here. So it's more than just a financial system. It's a movement
Right.
towards financial freedom and personal empowerment. So if you're ready to get started, get back to the person that invited you, and we'll make sure that you get access to all of the systems and we'll get you the next steps. But make sure that you do get back to the person because there's a unique link that they need to share with you so they get credit. And with that being said, I'm going to actually announce two more promotions for the people that want to take advantage. And so, one moment. One sec. Okay. So many different. Okay, there it goes. All right. Okay, so we have, like I said, two more promotions. But the first promotion is the double up bonus, where you get paid $100 instead of 50 per direct. And then on top of that, what we're doing is if you bring 20 directly, or I mean 10 directly into the system, you get a brand new GoPro. If you bring 20 directly, you get a brand new iPhone. If you bring 30 directly, you get a brand new MacBook. Okay, so it does not matter if there's 1,000 people to qualify. We're giving away 1,000 of these prizes. And the last promotion is that if you hit connector 1,500, oh, and by the way, this is the last day is August 18th to qualify. If you hit connector 1,500, we're paying for a 3-day, 2-night stay at the hotel where we're having our very first Divinfi event. And if you hit connector 3,000, you get an all-inclusive, which includes flight, hotel, and VIP access to the event. So super exciting. Definitely look forward to see you all there. Regardless if you qualify, you should definitely make sure that you're at the event. And if you want to stay connected to all things Divinfi, make sure to scan this QR code. I would join the Telegram group, the Facebook group, the Instagram group. That way you're in the loop with everything. And what I'll do now is I'll just answer any questions that you guys have, whether you're here on Zoom or whether you're on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Any questions, guys? Larissa, you're new. Do you have any questions? Did that make sense?
Think Ella's got something.
Ella?
Hi. Thanks for
Hi.
that sharing. What, how does it impact on us, joining when you've got like at these different levels, when you go with the, post-launch?
So after the pre-launch, are you saying like once we're done with pre-launch, how does this gonna affect the system?
Yeah, once it's launched. Sorry. Yeah, how does it impact, with when you're inviting people and that sort of thing?
Yeah, so it just goes back to the normal. So instead of $100 per direct, you get 50. That's the only difference. I mean, there will be other differences, like we're gonna have a whole new back office. We're gonna have like this whole blockchain element to it where I mean, it's gonna be really cool. I'm not gonna overwhelm you right now, but just so you know, instead of $100 per direct sign up, it will be 50. That's
Yeah.
the only
Okay.
thing you need to know.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Janine? Any questions, Janine? Can we put a face to a name? Are these ladies from New Zealand or where are you guys from, Janine and Larissa? Are these your friends, Ella?
Oh, sorry. Wish they
Oh
were.
no. Janine's from the Philippines. Oh, I'm gonna be in the Philippines actually this Friday. I'm going to Cebu. Okay. Well, Larissa, any questions? Or who's this 250193363? Is that a computer code or are you a real person? Are you an AI infiltrating our system? Just kidding. All right. Well, it's awesome to be with you guys. If you don't have any questions, I'll see you guys here at 5 a.m. Dubai time. Um, I'm gonna be flying on Friday, at night, so we'll probably miss that Saturday morning call. So just so you guys know, um, and we'll keep you posted though. I mean, I might have someone else do it, but just for now, just so you know. And then also we'll have the new video uploaded on YouTube, so you can start to share that with people, and you can get them. You know, what I would do is, just give them a little bit of excitement and be like, hey, are you, maybe keen to checking out what I'm working on? It's helping people have freedom both financially and personally. And it's like, yeah, okay, cool. Watch this 1 minute video. They watch the video. Awesome. We're gonna actually have another step in between the Zoom call. It's going to be where you can direct them to a funnel and they can actually register. They can see the whole funnel that we've created. We got a really good expert to create the funnel. It will give them a little bit more info and then they can register for the Zoom call. Then they hop on. After they hop on, we give them the full layout and then yeah, then they can come back to you and they can get started. So, but for the time being, obviously, you can just do what you're doing and then just use that 1 minute video as a tool. Yeah, you wanna use as much leverage as possible. So that's what the tool does, right? You can share that info with 10 people in the time it takes you one, maybe to explain to one person. So anyways, guys, super awesome to be with you all. It's great to see your beautiful faces and see you here at 5 a.m.
Thank you. See
You're
you.
welcome. Bula,
Hello, Max.
bro.
Thank you.
Grazie.
Likewise, man.
All right, see you guys. Bye.
Oh, correct. Hey, Mula brother.
Full of Max, just you and I.
I'm trying to putting it off.
I think Sam forgotten to turn it off.
All right.
So it's just you and I. So young Sul is all good, eh?
All good, brother. Yeah, yeah,
All right. That sounds
yeah.
good. That sounds good.
He's happy. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful. Beautiful.
She wants to put auntie on, and I said, be careful because you'll have to top it up 300 every month. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't realize that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, good.
All good, brother.
All right, brother.
It's
Well, off to bed
oh, there,
now because
brother.
it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good
Good
night,
night.
bro. Good night.
Night.
Oh. Um,
Perché